Welcome to Ripon Medical Center. As you can see, it's changed significantly since the last time you all toured with me. So I'm excited to show you the progress we've made. We're only a couple weeks away from move-in. There's a lot of training going on for our staff and our physicians and our volunteers. We have a list of things that they're looking for, and they have a little check-off sheet that they use as they get familiar with the building. And so this is where patients come before and after surgery. And they typically come to the same room. So they'll come in here and they'll get prepped for surgery. They'll be taken back to the OR, and then they come back to recover. This is where our associate will sit who checks in patients. This, to my right, will be a triage room. So when patients come in, the nurses will triage them to see whether they need to be seen right away, or so they can prioritize which patients need to be seen first. This is also a big improvement from our current facility. Our triage right now is done in our lobby. And so we really have a great opportunity, again, to add to the privacy that we provide for patients. We have a separate room where the nurses can assess and triage our patients. So this is our MRI unit. Obviously, they're still installing it and working on it, but it's the kind of the bones of the unit right now. And then we have our commons area, which can be used as a multifunction space. We have dining, and then people can use it for hanging out or special events in the evening. We internally. So this is our main servery. This is where you'll come through. Rich is one of our excellent chefs. I love Rich's food. So this is where you'll come for lunchtime, etc., to get served. We're working with Spolar, who is an artist company out of Milwaukee, and they're creating a history wall for us. So if you've been to our current facility, we have a lot of black and white photos that we had hanging on the wall. They were able to incorporate these into a large design for us over time. And so it'll start with the beginning of Ripon Medical Center, and the last picture will be our current facility. And so it'll kind of tell the story of the beginning until we move. So the Wellness Center was an over $2 million project that our Foundation for Ripon Medical Center funded. And it's absolutely beautiful. So you can see the free weight equipment down on the lower level, as well as a lot of the cardio equipment. And we have 2 labor and delivery rooms. We call them LDRP, labor, delivery, recovery, and postpartum. And so mom and baby stay in here the whole time that they're here. Okay, so the LDRPs are a little bit larger than the medical surgical room. These are about 350 square feet. This is mom's side, and you'll see behind Skip there, that's baby side. So there's a lot of different medical gases and things, and that's where the baby bassinet and warmer goes with all the medical gases that are needed for baby. And then mom is on this side. You'll see the bathrooms are just beautiful. We're able to offer whirlpool tubs in both of our LDRPs for mom as well, which is great. Walk-in showers with no lip, a little bit larger showers than in our medical surgical rooms. And so it'll show the patient and the family who's entering the room, as well as people who are walking by. It'll show them that I'm in here. And so if I'm a physician in here, the nurse is looking for the physician, they might say, oh, good, he's here. I'll go in there. And this is the general medical surgical room. So you can see, it's not set up yet, as you can see. But we have a couch in here that extends to a twin bed for family members if they want to stay. There's a recliner. Again, the charting area here for nursing and physicians. So we have a 10-day move plan for the hospital. And so starting on December 9th, from an inpatient perspective, at 5 o'clock in the evening, we will no longer be taking admissions from our emergency rooms. Our emergency room will still be functioning. If we have patients that come in who need admission, we share 2 physicians who are called hospitalists that do all of our inpatient and ICU care. If those patients need care, they will take those patients over to Waupun. Babies, we're gonna, you can't predict babies, right? They just come when they want to. And so that, depending on what's going on with our mothers, will determine when we're able to move on Saturday the 13th. So if we have a mom who comes in and is laboring when we are supposed to move, we will not be moving. We will be waiting till that mom delivers before we can move a lot of our other services, because anytime you have a baby, you have to have surgery services available, lab services available, medical imaging services available. All of those key services have to be in that hospital to serve that mom and baby. And so we plan on moving on December 13th. We do not have any expected deliveries at that time, but if somebody comes in with a baby, then we're going to be rearranging our move schedule a little bit. Our clinic patients, they've already done some things with our outpatient schedules for our physicians as far as how many patients they're seeing those days. They'll be closing at noon on Friday the 12th to be able to move over here and opening back up then on Monday morning, the 15th. Most everything will be open. It will be a self-guided tour, okay. So it won't be I won't be touring everybody through. Shelley and her team put together a really nice, it's really kind of a sign guided tour that tells you a little bit about the different spaces, which way to go next. We'll also have key players and different points where there may be some confusion about which way I go. We'll have key volunteers in those places to kind of help direct people. Everything will be open. We'll have little signage that tells a little bit about the different spaces, highlights some of the high points. It has taken about 30 months.
30 months?
Yes. So, in fact, I just said to somebody the other day, how did it go from 30 months to 30 days in the blink of an eye? Yeah, it went like that. Because the process really started with the design of the building. And so that started way before we even broke ground. We had to start designing the different spaces. It took maybe about a year to really design this space. And we had even a few changes after we broke ground. It's been a long process, a very thoughtful process by not only myself, but literally every person who works for Ripon Medical Center. So I'm proud of that. I think there are a lot of the nurses and physicians and medical imaging and the associates that work here know their job and know what they need to take care of our patients. But really the leaders and the associates created this for the community, and so I'm really, really proud of that.